Welcome one and all to a very special episode of the Green Hölle Greenhorn. My name is Justin, and today we'll be driving Nick Heidfeld's Venturi Formula E car around the Nordschleife in a 2-lap race against the AI. Except instead of regular commentary, I'll be doing ASMR commentary, which I think suits the Formula E car quite well. It's the regular conditions that I normally do for these races, and I've done some practice laps, and I can tell you that this car does not have much grip, so I have upped the wing angles a bit to provide better traction, because once the car starts to slide, it's very difficult to not spin. Without further ado, let's head to the grid. So here we are on the grid in the Formula E car. This is Nick Heidfeld's Formula E car, and we're revving the engine, I guess. I don't know what that was. There's no revs in this engine, but you can see we've had a decent start. And we're in 8th position, of course. 7 AI drivers in this race. A random field, so it's all types of different liveries. Oh, and it looks like one of the Hamlin and Curie cars has gone off the circuit, and that's slowed down the Qualcomm car, and that's going to put us up into 6th position here at the beginning of this race. The back end tried to step out there. You can see just about hanging on to it, though, and we are into 6th position now, but we're losing lots of time to the cars up ahead. They are starting to pull away that Hamlin and Curie car all over the back of us as well as we come down the hill now, accelerating up through the gears into 4th gear. This is just a 5-speed transmission, just 5 speeds. And this car, the Hamlin and Curie car, try to go to the left-hand side. We go to the middle of the circuit, up the hill, fast right-hand corner. Did very well through there, actually. I think the extra wing angle helped. The cars behind us have dropped right off the back. I think they were trying to go side by side, and it just didn't work out. So they have dropped right off the back of us. You can see pretty large gap up ahead. We've topped out at about 145 miles an hour. That's about as fast as this car can go. We should have carried a little bit more speed through there. For sure, we could have carried more speed down into 3rd gear for this downhill right here. And again, the back end just tried to step out on us. Thankfully, we are able to catch it though, and we do prevent it from sliding, but that is going to lose us lots of time to the cars up ahead as we come down this hill. We should be able to make up some time in the next few corners though, as we're again hitting top speed over 140 miles an hour down the hill, carrying lots of speed, taking lots of curb at the inside left there. And we have indeed caught right up to the back of these cars. But again, another snap of oversteer. That's going to lose us some more time to the cars up ahead. Not a lot of oversteer in this car when it comes to accelerating. You don't have to worry too much about flooring, and you're not going to get tons of wheel spin there. It's like the tires have no grip. There's just no grip in these tires whatsoever. It's got nothing to do with the car, the aerodynamics, the power. It's just entirely because of the tires, I'm pretty sure. Down to 2nd gear now for this right-hander, accelerating out of that pretty well. We haven't really gained or lost time in that sequence of corners, taking way too much curb there. Do not want to be taking that much curb in this car. Of course, a single-seater open-wheel car, very stiff suspension as well. So you really don't want to be taking too much of the curbing under the brakes. Very stable, feels very good on the brakes, so you don't have to worry about the brakes locking up too much. You can lock up the front brakes, but more or less it's pretty stable. Not much oversteer at corner entry, under braking. It's okay, it's really not too bad. Down to 3rd gear. Could probably use 2nd gear for that corner, but 3rd gear I found a bit more stable. Up the hill, closing right up on the car that's in front of us, and we are right in the slipstream. There's a left-handed corner coming up though. Up ahead, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to overtake. No, we can't. We're going to have to stay behind into 5th gear, down into 3rd gear, I believe, for this corner. Take a very, very late apex. That's not a late apex. That's not what you want to be doing whatsoever. A little snap of oversteer as well means it's hard for us to get on the power. So we've lost out quite a bit to the cars up ahead. It's very unfortunate. The cars are really pulling away. And again, we have much higher downforce than these cars. Well, not much higher downforce, but definitely we have more downforce than the cars up ahead of us. But it doesn't really matter too much as far as top speed. More about 5th gear acceleration. It hurts us a little bit staying in 5th gear, put a jab on the brakes for the high-speed left-hander there. I believe we carried a little bit more speed than the cars up ahead, so the downforce giving us that little bit of extra grip through that corner, and we are closing right up under them, right up to them under braking, and nicely through this corner. Third gear, again the back end trying to step out. You really got to be careful with this car. And again, it's not because of the throttle, it's not because of the power delivery. It's purely just the tires are complete shit. The tires totally suck. Oh, we got 3 wide at the exit of the carousel. Up ahead, it looks like this yellow car has lost out significantly. He's down into, I forget, 5th position. We're at 6th position. He's in 5th position. This is a lot harder doing the commentary like this than I expected it would be. So we lost out a little bit once it gets to the car man, but we're gaining time through this right-hander, getting very close behind him. Not quite getting a slipstream at these speeds, I don't think, but much tighter line through that right-hander, all over the back of him. I expect we're going to shift down to 3rd gear for this corner, missing the apex, staying in 4th gear actually. Missing the apex though, ever so slightly. Actually staying in 4th gear for this uphill right-hander even. That's very surprising, especially for a 5-speed. I wouldn't expect to use 4th gear at that corner as we come down the hill now. In 3rd gear, do we hit our apex at this corner? Yes, we do. Don't run out too wide as well. That was a very nice right-hander through that downhill part. Oh, but we've got deep into this uphill right-hander. That's not been good for us whatsoever. We've lost a significant amount of time, and actually the cars behind us are now starting to catch up to us as well. Very, very close to us. You can see them in the rearview mirrors as we accelerate up and over the hill through this high-speed left-hander, and then the jump, and down into 4th gear, and carry as much speed as you possibly can. Very difficult. Feels like you're driving on ice the whole time in this car. Oh, it would carry much more speed than this other car. He's on the right-hand side. We're going to make the overtake just about. He's still to the right-hand side. We pulled ahead, and we take that position. We're up in 5th position on the first lap of this race. 2 cars pretty close ahead, but then a pretty big gap to the 3 cars ahead of them. So up in 5th position. So no, I'm sorry. That's 4th and 3rd up ahead. So we got a podium position just outside of us. I believe the AI is set for 95 for this race. You can take the carousel in this car. Unlike the Ferrari prototype concept F1 car, you can't take the carousels in this car, no problem. And we do so through the final carousel now. We're losing out time though to the cars up ahead. We've got a car right behind us as well that we need to be careful for on this very long straight. My throat is starting to hurt, if I'm going to be totally honest right now. We're not even done with the first lap, and my throat is already starting to feel coarse. It's very difficult to do this. Here we are hitting top speed now in 5th gear, nearly 145 miles an hour. The engine making some very weird noises. I don't know what it is, but the engine will be making this noise, and then all of a sudden get louder for a second, and then it'll get quieter again. I tried pushing the curves button. No, see, there it is. That's not the curves button or anything. I thought maybe there was like a push to pass type button because of the fan boost that's in Formula E. So I thought maybe there was some sort of boost button that I could push. So I tried pushing the boost button, but it wasn't doing anything. Or at least I don't think it was doing anything. So we have lost out to the cars up ahead on the straight, but that is to be expected with our extra high downforce. The car behind us as well has got right up. The 3 cars behind us actually are very close behind us, so we got a bit of a train starting to form behind us. So all 3 of the cars that are behind us are probably within about 2 seconds or so. Pretty quick lap time actually from the Formula E car. 7:41 for a standing start. Not bad at all. It's a single-seater, of course, so it handles pretty good, except for the whole fact that the tires suck ass, which you can see right there. It's a big snap of oversteer as I'm hitting the curbs. Similar to the, I'd say honestly, this car has about as much grip as the Lotus 25. I'm not even shitting you right now. The Lotus 25 has about the same amount of grip as this car. That's what it feels like to drive this car. It's like a really, really quiet Lotus 25. But with stiffer suspension. It's like a Lotus 25 that's totally silent and has really, really stiff suspension, carrying lots of speed through that right-hander in 5th gear. But unfortunately, the cars behind us appear to have carried quite a bit of speed as well. So we really didn't gain any time through that high-speed corner, which is unfortunate. I'm really not sure what to do for this high-speed left-hander up here. Again, I did a couple of practice laps before the race, but really not much. You can see the back end again, trying to step out at 120 miles an hour. Now this guy's going to try to overtake us around the outside. That's going to put him wide and cause him to lose a position. I believe the Qualcomm car is now the one that's behind us, the demo car for Formula E that they showed off in the preseason before the first season. Again, hitting top speed down this hill as we're going to climb up the hill, downshift into fourth gear, I believe there we do, into fourth gear, and then down into third gear for this right-hander. And then I think second gear, and we can see some dust being kicked up by the cars ahead. Behind us, one of the cars has gone off the track, so we have gained some time on the cars up ahead, and we have pulled away marginally from the cars behind as well. So all in all, it's been a good couple of corners or so. So yeah, we're again trying to close in on the fourth place guy up ahead. Third place right in front of him, so we're not that far off of a podium position. However, we're going to need a fantastic lap if we want to really have any sort of shot at getting that podium. Really, we need to overtake him in the corners if we want to keep that position, because these cars, the opponents, will be marginally faster on the straights. So we have to be very careful. We have to try and get by them, and we need to have a gap by the time we get to the back straight, because the straight is so long. Even a couple of miles an hour difference could be the matter of like a couple of seconds or so because of the length of it. We've got very wide through that right-hand or left-hand corner, second gear corner. We've definitely lost more time to the cars up ahead and to the cars behind as well. Up into fourth gear, nearly going into fifth gear, dropping it down into third for this left-hander, accelerating up the hill. Are we going to hit fourth? No, we don't hit fourth. We stay in third gear. Up the right-hander, up this hill, nicely through there. I do believe I'm quite a bit faster than the AI through that uphill right-hander in just about every car. Not just the Formula E car, but pretty much every car. I think I'm actually faster through that corner, which I think is more a fault of the AI rather than a testament of my own skill. So, again, we've got a car right behind us, not too far off. I think we actually have gained on the car ahead marginally. Really not that much, though. We're still pretty far away, long way away from getting any sort of slipstream effect or anything like that. And even if you do get the slipstream, it's really not that beneficial because these cars top out so easily. You can see we're already getting close to topping out on this part of the circuit, almost 140 miles an hour. And nicely through that right-hander, no problem through the left-hander. Lifting off the throttle but not hitting the brakes for this high-speed left-hander, about 121 miles an hour through the apex there. Full throttle through this right-hander, I believe. No, a little bit of a lift, actually. And that's mainly, again, because of the tires. Because these tires are complete garbage. They're just, look at them. Look how much they suck. They're just, I hate these tires with a passion. I wouldn't really recommend this car, at least at the Nordschleife, because of the tires. The tires are just so shitty. We've carried too much speed into the carousel. It's going to put us on the outer rim, getting that oversteer, as we typically do. Get a pretty good exit out of the carousel. But because we missed the inside of it, when we had to go up on the rim of it, that's definitely going to lose us some time to the cars ahead and cars behind as well. So we're doing a pretty good job of defending our position so far. But oh my god, look how close that blue car is all over the back of us. I said the Maris is getting so close. Third gear through this corner, carried a nice amount of speed through there. Are we going to lift over the hill? No lifts over the hill. A little bit of a lift and a jab of the brakes though, heading into this right-hander, down into third gear for this left-hander, and then again staying in third for the right-hander. You can take lots of that inside curb because the curb's relatively flat. You don't want to be touching the inside curb there though, like I did, because that can really set you off. So you have to try to avoid that curb if at all possible. So we are actually pulling out a little bit of a gap now to the cars behind, but there's really not much to this lap left. So unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to catch up to the cars ahead or pass them. And oh my god, the back end has stepped out enough to fucking shit. You got fucking get it with the goddamn Formula E shitty tires. You got the shittiest freaking tires on the face of the planet. I hate you. I hate you, Formula E tires. Why, Formula E car? Why would you do this to me, Nick Heidfeld? Why would you do this to me, Nick Heidfeld?
This is completely your fault, Nick Heidfeld! Oh, I'm in last position! I don't even want to do this race anymore! Stupid! I hate this car! I hate it! I hate it!
So here we are at the exit of the second carousel, and we're coming towards the final corner before the very long straight. We're taking it in fourth gear, carrying a good amount of speed, I think better than last lap. And again, I think we've carried quite a good amount of speed through that final corner before the long straight. However, it's too little too late, unfortunately, as that spin has really put us off, and we're way out of the slipstream of the next car, and we've already hit top speed as well, so it really just doesn't matter. The race is basically over. And right about now, I really just want to say that I hate you, Michelin Tires. I hate you with all of my body and soul. I hate everything about Michelin Tires. I want to set the factory on fire. They are the worst tires ever made, ever. And I hope Pirelli never leaves F1, because Michelin are shitty tire makers. They make shitty tires. Terrible tires. I hope you guys enjoyed, because I sure as hell didn't. Look, the car you can't even spin it around. It's a shitty car and shitty tires. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.